There's been a lot of conversation lately about men and their preferences. Whether we're talking about Keke Palmer's boyfriend or we're talking about Jonah Hill's ex-girlfriend posting the private text messages between the two of them of him telling her that he doesn't want her wearing a bathing suit and a thong, and he doesn't want her to have wild party girlfriends. I'm starting to notice that anytime a man speaks of his preferences, women get extremely upset when we're talking about what exactly does it mean to be a good girl. To me, the definition of good girl varies depending upon the man. When men are talking about their standards and boundaries in reference to women and how women carry themselves, they have every right to have those preferences. But women are classifying it as emotional abuse or bashing or dragging, or he's trying to control me. And it's like, no, he just has a preference. He knows what he wants. Well, he knew he was dating a model. He knew he was dating a surfer. He knew he was dating an actress. She's sexy. She's attractive. Yeah, and there's plenty of surfers, models, actresses, celebrities, whoever, who are female, who carry themselves in a way that matches a man's standards, boundaries, or preferences. So why didn't he choose those women? That is an amazing question. If you are in a relationship with a man and he tells you he doesn't want to date a woman who dresses a certain way or behaves a certain way, give him his walking papers if you're not willing to change your clothes and your behavior. Sometimes people grow inside of relationships, and what was acceptable in the beginning of the relationship is no longer acceptable a year or so later because the relationship has gotten more serious. So a lot of times men will tell women, I no longer want you to do X, Y, and Z because now I know for sure I want to take you seriously, and I mean on a wife level. So can you not dress like this or behave like that? But to make it seem like something is wrong with him or that suddenly he's controlling because he's voicing his honest perspective or feelings or opinions is hypocritical, ladies. Because you want men to respect your boundaries and standards. That's what womanism is about, feminism is about, all of these movements that women got. I want to do what I want, dress what I want, think what I want. Yeah, okay, you can do that, but you have to understand the consequences of those things. And I think a lot of women just don't want to experience the consequences of what they're doing or saying not being someone's preference. I mean, sis, if you want to be rotten, be rotten. You ain't got to be a good girl if that's not what you want. But when a man says he wants a good girl, don't try to make it seem like something wrong with him because you want to be rotten. Date men who date rotten girls. I mean, it's not complicated. I've been rotten. I get it. Calling me a pygmy is not going to offend me. When I defend women, men call me a man basher. So I'm getting it from both angles here. The bottom line is everybody gets to choose what type of person that they want to be with. And when they are inside of these relationships, they can say, hey, I want this or I don't want this. And at the end of the day, not every woman is going to view a man wanting them to dress a certain way or act a certain way as emotional abuse or him trying to control her. So if you decide that that's not the type of woman you want to be for a man, that's okay. Just move out the way and let a woman who wants to be that type of woman take a spot. You feel what I'm talking about? Go get you the person that matches you. Would y'all have that same energy if a man was like, I only want to see my girlfriend in thongs? That's it. We going to Golden Corral and I'm gonna need for you to wear the most provocative, sexiest thing ever. If you can't, I don't want to be with you. Would y'all have that same energy? Because it seems to me the only time women get into this uproar is when we're talking about hypersexuality. It's all about choices at the end of the day. You can choose to stay inside of your relationship with a man who wants his woman to dress a certain way, or you can move on and be with a man who really doesn't care. But don't look at the man who does care and has standards and boundaries and preferences and try to make it seem like he's this malicious human being because he wants his woman to behave or dress a certain way. We all want that. I mean, I know for me, I don't want my man out in these streets looking like a bum. If he wearing something I don't like, I'm going to say, honey, I'm going to need for you to change your shoes or something. I'm going to need for you to iron your pants. If he doesn't want to switch it, then cool. I'll find a guy who will. It's men out here who don't date single mothers. I'm a single mother. Listen, I don't care what your preference is. Just stop disrespecting your non-preference. And if you're not somebody's preference, don't be mad because they don't want to choose you. Now again, this is all about choices. So if you want to choose to feel some type of way about it, okay, just don't fester in that bullshit too long.